This is a 3D image that I created in Blender, and here is the breakdown of the images that I used in Photoshop. I created an artwork using both Blender and Photoshop, and here is the process on how I made it. I opened Blender and modeled a simple doorway. I added the plane and added cuts in the middle, and extruded it to form a wall, and made a hole in it that serves as the doorway. After a few adjustments on camera and filling up the spaces, I extruded the sides of the doorway where the textures can be added later on. I added a light behind and selected the color and did some adjustments on the intensity of the light. After a few more adjustments to the main light, I added the secondary source at the front of the doorway. I chose a cooler shade of color, which is the darker shade of blue, and adjusted as needed. I like how the contrast of the warm and cool colors made the base 3D more interesting to build on. I extruded an edge behind to create another wall so that the light would bounce off and create the lighting effect that I wanted. I rendered the image, then imported the image to Photoshop for adding of textures and post-processing. I begin importing textures from Unsplash and basically masking the textures to add it on the walls and on the doorway as well as on the flooring. Here I used blending modes to blend these textures smoothly. I mostly used soft light and overlay at the same time, and I liked how it looked. Here I added a stock image of a door that was opened and added it on the scene and used color adjustments to match the lighting and to blend it on the scene. And finally, I added the subject of the scene, which is a stock footage of a black cat. It took me a while to mask it out so it doesn't look weird when pasted on the scene. I also did a few adjustments on the color of the second light by adding a color balance adjustment and shifted the setting to a cooler color to balance out the too much redness of the scene. On this part, I started to add highlights and shadows on the black cat and added little glows on its eyes to emphasize it more. And finally, I used the camera raw filter to enhance the lighting and other final adjustments to finish it off. And here's how I created the artwork using both Blender and Photoshop. I hope this makes you interested in using both software to try and test it out. I really like how the final image turned out, but I know there's a lot to improve on other things that I may have missed or to improve during this process. I hope you enjoyed the video and thanks for sticking around.